Hey guys, so we're going to be back with another episode of Taco Imposters. I have an app called something like Daily. Where is it? It's like a daily listing of holidays you will not see on the calendar, something like that. And I looked up today, and today is national, or I don't know if it's national or international, but it's podcasting day. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Even though mine's not really a podcast. I mean, it is, but it's not. You know what I mean? It is, but it's not. You make, you know what I'm saying? It's a video podcast, but it's not like I consider it a podcast, but it's not the same like natural consideration of a pod. Like what do you? But anyway, so we're gonna do this week in movies or today movies or this year movies. So it's no, sorry, big events in 2003. I don't care. Uh, World Human Genome Project, United States Space Shuttle Columbia destroyed, United Kingdom's Ronald. Wait, am I doing this right? I'm very confused. Did I already do this? So, okay. World Finals, China. Okay, nothing important. So let's go. Sorry. Top movies of 2003. Ha! I think I didn't do this yet. I don't think I did this yet. No, see, haha, here we go. Yes, yes, here we go. 50 movies of 2003. So let's go to the top. No! Go back! I didn't click that. I clicked this right here. Thank you. Give me this right here. I want this right here. So let's see. So now we got your top 10 is right here. Seabiscuit, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. I've never seen any other one except for the first one, and um, Fountain of Youth or whatever they call that one. Old Boy, Finding Nemo. Ooh, I like that movie a lot. Mystic River, Big Fish. Lord of the Rings is number two, and Lord of the Rings: Return of the King is number two, and Kill Bill Volume One is number one. Right here. Okay, let's go see if the name X Men United. Never seen it. Never seen it. So let's see. Runaway Dream, School of Rock. Never seen it. Um, The Barbarian Invasion, The Color, Germs, 13, Dream Catcher. Heard of it. Open Range. Probably heard of it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was 2003. No, it must have been a remake or something. The Italian Job. Oh, I've heard of that one. Bottom of the Sea. The Matrix Reloaded. Tarnation. My Life Without You. The Missing. Nothing here that I really want to talk about necessarily. Maybe Finding. Okay. Okay, fine. Maybe Finding Nemo. We'll talk about Finding. Oh, Bad Santa. I remember Bad Santa. Did they make a look at Bad Santa 2 recently? Or the Rings? Where is he? Where is he there? Number 6. Finding Nemo. Okay. I love Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is probably one of my favorite. If not my favorite, it's one of my favorite Pixar movies. Oh, it's so good. That and Toy Story 2 are like up there with the best. Then they made their damn sequel, what, 2016, um which was Finding Dory, and it was okay. I don't know. It wasn't great, but it was okay. It was okay. It was okay. So nothing spectacular, but nothing off like great either. Like nothing spectacular, but nothing awful. So not that it's bad, but hey, whatever. That was kind of just what it was. Oh, we didn't do this. Whoopsies. Still didn't do it. I always forget this. I always do this after the movie, which I shouldn't do. Haha, haha. It is. Oh, I know this song. I know the song. I know the song. I know the number one song right now. It's this song right here. It's Beyonce, Crazy in Love. Love got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. That one. Meh. Most of these songs are okay. See, we're getting back. Like, I'm getting into like the whole like songs that I remember, because I was born '99. Okay, so I was born '99, but spring of '99. But all my repeating, like all the like songs started repeating from when I was like 2000, probably like '99 to like 2004 or 5. They started repeating all those songs in like 2006, 7, 8, and I used to hear them all the time. And they used to be like, "Look, they're great. I love them. They're amazing. Whatever it may be." So I heard all of these kind of songs, like Crazy in Love, or Crazy in Love, yeah. Got me looking so crazy right now. Stuff like that. Bare Naked Ladies, everything. Just pick a song from between 2000 and 2005, and I heard some, what's it called? Play it. So some radio station oldies hits play it. So yeah. So that's what that is. Um, People are talking about Luigi's Mansion. Nobody's talking about that yet. It's coming out on the 30 on Halloween. So I'm looking forward to that game. Even though I don't have Switch, I want to see people play it. But I'm not saying that they're talking about Link's Awakening, and I'm just like, because there was not a controversy, but there was a question on the CEO podcast that was basically, should um should Link's Awakening be the same price as Breath of the Wild? And I went, because his point was, well, if you're getting $60 worth of enjoyment out of it, then yes. If you're not getting $60 worth of enjoyment out of it, then no, you should not be paying the same amount of money. But in retrospect, though, you're just like, I don't really like. I personally don't really care, because it was $30 new back in the day, so like 29 or whatever it was, and so just like, so in retrospect, I mean, yeah, you're getting your $30 worth of money. I don't know, because like $60, if you're getting $60 worth of value out of it, worth of enjoyment out of it, then yes, sure, keep it at $60. But if, because Pat made like the argument, he's like, yeah, well, it's not something like Wii Sports or We Play or 1-2 Switch, where if you had not made those with either a bundle or a pack-in, it would have worked. Because with 1-2 Switch, people wouldn't have worked. Because with 1-2 Switch, people would have just been like, everybody would have like went and bought one if it was like $10 or $20 to $30. And not only that, but they would have like sold way more Switches if you had bundled 1-2 Switch with the Switch, which in my opinion is like, you should have done that. Like, honestly, you should have done that. Not that it's a like amazing thing, but you should have done that. Like, come on, people, you should have done that. Like, really, really. Like, nobody was willing to pay $60 for a freaking for a tech demo. For 100% a tech demo. Everybody's like, it's just a tech demo. It's just a stupid tech demo that nobody gives a hoot about. No offense to Nintendo, but nobody cares. Everybody played it once, put it on their shelf of games, and never, ever touch it again. At least Wii Sports Resort, and Wii Play are played like once a year, every year, by someone. Me, my friends, we all play. We all pull out one of those 3 games and go, "This is great." Even though Wii Sports Resort was a full title, I feel like it was what's the word I'm looking for? It merits like it deserves to be, like it should be, because I feel like it was actually worth $60. Unlike Wii Sports or Wii Play, where Wii Play was, I think it might have been full price, but you got a controller with it, so really it wasn't. Because I was watching a Scott DeWaz game, right, and video, and he was talking about how the video how the biggest selling video games, and he pulled out Wii Play, and he goes, nobody bought Wii Play and got a controller. Everybody bought a controller and happened to get Wii Play. Like, that's what it was. It was everyone was like, "Oh, I want a second controller," and it happens to get Wii Play. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it is what it is. So I mean, look, um, but yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so it's like, oh my god, not that it's bad, but I mean, it's like, ugh. So it's like, but yeah, those 3 games, you just pull them out and you just go, those are amazing. Because Wii Sports came with the Wii and was the smartest decision Nintendo's ever made ever. Just because they were just like, look, okay, nobody's gonna buy this, and so they stopped actually bundling it with Wii Sports eventually, which I was like, really? So I asked my friend, he's like, oh, let's play Wii Sports, or have you played Wii Sports? And he's like, Wii what? I'm like, you don't know about Wii Sports? And he's just kind of like, no. And I'm just like, how do you not know Wii Sports? How do you not know Wii Sports? That's almost sad. Okay, that's almost like sad. But I mean, because his game with Wii Sports was Zor, and his game with integrated Wii Motion Plus controllers, and I was like, you got a way better deal than I did. But yeah, but he also bought it in like 2011 or something, 10 or 11 years after you bought it, like 2 3 years after you bought it. So after or I bought it, sorry, after I bought it, after he bought it, after I bought it. Sorry, I'm so confused. Why I'm talking weirdly anyway. But anyway, well yeah, and at that point he paid like with the game he paid like 200 for it or something. I'm like what? Really? Came with one controller, one nunchuck, and Wii Sports Resort. And I'm like, oh, okay. Not that that's bad, but I bought Wii Sports Resort later. So anyway, I like the Wii had this weird. It had that perfect like downward spiral of like because it went from I think it was 300. The first cut was 250, and it was great. Everybody loved the 250 cut, and then it went down, and people bought it, and then it went down to two. I This is what I saw: 219, okay, 180, 150, 140, 120, 100, 90, 75, and then 40. So people, you could buy one. At one point, my friend told me you could walk into a Toys R Us, buy a Wii. This is what 2013, I think. You could buy a Wii, brand new, with Wii Sports, one controller, one nunchuck, $40. I went. I paid $219 for mine. And again, he paid I think 200 for his, and I'm like, oh god, at the time. But we got so much enjoyment out of that thing. We got too much enjoyment out of that game system. That system was amazing because we played a lot of, or he did, played a lot of Virtual Console. He would never have played Skyward Sword. Well, yes, he would have, but not Skyward Sword. Oh yeah, Twilight Princess he would have, but anyway, like he would never have played. He played Ocarina of Time, and I don't know if he ever played Majora's Mask. I think he did, but I'm not 100% sure. So don't quote me on that. But um, yes, it's very good in terms of like um uh a system for playing the old games. Oh, it's amazing. It's like absolutely fantastic. So it's great, but it's not the best. There were still systems that you could have used. Like you could use a computer and gotten way more out of it. But like, hey, it's fine. It works. I don't know. So that was the thing with the Wii. The Wii just like I was just talking. I was just watching a video of a guy and he went to a yard sale, like a giant yard sale in his town that they do every year, and he just found a box of Skylanders, and I'm just like, oh okay, cool. And I was like, Skylanders dropped like flies. Everyone tried to sell all their Skylanders all at once for like nothing. I bought 36 Skylanders, two games, two portals, and a bag for $50. And I'm just like, wow, okay, well then, like one of those. Well then, I just got a great deal. And in retrospect, it's not the greatest deal. I could have saved money if I actually looked, but I just bought it because I was like, hey, I want it. It's great. I want it. I want a good game, and I need a trap. So and buying it all separately probably would have cost me like stupid amounts of money because people still think they can get lots of money for things like Skylanders or Disney Infinity or whatever or Lego Dimensions, but they're all dead. They're all dead. Sorry, go home. Not that they're like dead, but they're dead. Like Skylanders never died really. They just never like confirmed any new games, which is fine. I don't care. But they kind of died because they dropped differently than the other twos did. The other two did because like I mentioned, it's still Lego, so you can still play with a Lego minifigure. And Disney Infinity, people still collect Disney Infinity characters because they're cool, like collectibles. And things like amiibos also, because they never officially like said that they're dead, but we all know that like what are you gonna make with with Sky what's it called, with amiibos. Like really, what are you gonna do with amiibos? You're gonna have like 3 new characters and like what? Or it's like a few new skins in games, and maybe add more characters to like make more like amiibos for all the characters in like Smash Ultimate. And other than that, nobody really cares. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, they don't. Amiibos are just like, nobody cares. Which is fine. I don't really care. I'm just saying like that's very meh. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So the other two people still like use in some way. Skylanders sit in bins for like pennies on the dollar. It's like stupid how nobody cares, which is fine. I, as a collector, can get them for like nothing. But you know, I don't really care. I'm just like I can buy them for nothing, so it's great. Good enough for me. I'm like I'm fine for me. So great. So anyway, yeah. So they kind of just like dropped like flies. People are like, please buy them, please buy them. I watched another video of a guy and he was vlogging and he was explaining like he went into a GameStop, right? And I think they were used, but they could have been brand spanking new. I don't know. I think they were brand spanking new because they're in the box. But anyway, right? No, I think that's just a glare. Something on the lens, but I think it's the glare. Anyway, buy two, get three free. So you're buying, you're not even getting like buy two, get two free. Like, so you're like, buy two and you get the equivalent free, or buy one, get one free, or buy two, get one free. No, it was buy two, get three free. I was like, wow, you could like clean up that place, man. For that price, you could do it in like 2 or 3 hauls, and they have 30 things. That's like 5 hauls, maybe. Like 6 hauls. 6 hauls. In 6 hauls, you could get everything there if they had about 30 if they had about 30 on the shelf, which is like wow, like people really didn't care about Skylanders like by the end, because this is what they were with Skylanders. Okay, they had Skylanders Trap Force, Skylanders, oh sorry, Skylanders Giants, Skylanders, no, I'm doing this really all around. Okay, Skylanders, Skylanders Giants, Skylanders Swap Force, Skylanders Trap Force, Skylanders Racing, or Racing with a 4 Trap Force. I'm not 100% sure, because I'm not a, you know, Skylander snob aficionado, so I don't know. But I do remember them all, and I do remember them all coming out and being like, "Look at this, it's great," and being like, "No, this is stupid." And then the thing with Skylanders Racing was they had to have that stupid like, "Hey, you can play as I think it was maybe Donkey Kong. I know it was Bowser, Mario maybe." I was stupid to me. I'm like, why? I think maybe Pac-Man too. I don't remember, but it was dumb. I was like, why? Why? But hey, what are you gonna do? I don't really care. I never played it, so it's not like I gave a hoot. But I did like kind of like I was like, maybe. I always wanted one. My friend gave me one once. He got it and he just gave me one. He's like, you want it? I'm like, why? You don't want it? And he's like, no, he had two. He sold one back to his mom, and he gave because he gave the other one to me. So I was like, okay. In retrospect, I was like, sure, I'll take it. It was great. I'll take it. Sure, 100%, I'll take it. Anyway, yeah. So I was like, okay. But in retrospect, I didn't want it really, but I took it. And now I have the game and I played it. I played the first one and I haven't beat it, but I played the first one once. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's not good. There's nothing really that I want to play really, but it is good in terms of like it's a fine game. It's playable. It's not like the other ones where like I'm sure they're actual game. Well, everybody always talks about Disney Infinity as like just being some stupid like thing, right? Just being some really awful like there is nothing to it. It was a sandbox game that made you do whatever you wanted, yet it was limited to like certain things. So it's like it had rules. It was basically a sandbox game with a bunch of rules that were like you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to do this, you have to do that. And here's like our physics and our everything, and our rule books, everything, and we're just like, really? There's like, yeah, of course, duh. Like, that's not a sandbox game. It's like saying GTA, but you can't shoot people, you can't drive cars, and you can't fight people, you can't steal cars or vehicles. And like, are you stupid? Of course you have to do that. That's like the whole game. It's like a joke I make all the time because everyone always goes like, "No swearing on my Christian Minecraft server," and then I'm like, I made a joke. I'm like, no swearing on my Question GTA 5 server, and everyone goes, because I was at a fall retreat last week for my camp. Last weekend, not the weekend that just passed. Not yesterday. Like not not Friday, last Friday, Friday before that. Anyway, and I said that to him, and he goes, "You can't even. That's not even possible." I'm like, "No, of course it's not." And then the other guy who's sitting in the bed goes, like, he pipes up and goes, "Yeah, you can. Of course, there definitely is. It's just you can't. It's just there will be. It's just that there are like there will be swearing. It's just you just can't like you can just like make everybody else not swear." Because the guy goes, the NPCs swear. Like the NPC next to you swears. If you do anything and the NPC next to you will swear. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, you can still make a server and go, no swearing on my Question GTA 5 server. I think I said this last time, but I bought GTA 5 on Amazon. I deleted everything off of my system, off my PS3 system. Okay, my PS3. I found out my PS3 system isn't large enough to hold the game. So I went and bought Skyrim instead. But I'm probably not gonna be able to play that either because that's probably too big. I should have bought a bigger system. I just forked up the money, and instead of playing 150, I should have paid like 250 and gotten a one that plays PS2 games and is um and and it would have played PS2 games, DVDs, uh Blu-rays, and a um I had enough space. But hey, whatever. I don't care. It's not my system. It's really not. I like it a lot. I beat Uncharted 2 on it. I beat Uncharted 2 on it, but it's not my system. No, I don't know. I think the PS2 is my system. Of the PlayStations, I think PS2 is my system. PS2 and the original Xbox. Xbox 360, uh, it's okay, and PSP is okay, and PS Vita is okay. The Vita is really like, I don't care. Not that it's a bad system. Don't get me wrong. I love the PSP because it's an emulation like god when it comes to like this is what you use for everything. Like up to N64, just that like you play everything. Like you play everything on it. It's great, and it runs them really well too. Um, other than that though, it was like this is I don't Sega Sega Genesis I guess. Hey, I've never played the Saturn ever. My first memory I'm gonna say this again. My first memory was playing Sonic 2 at my dentist. So on a Sega Genesis. So what else? Yeah. Dreamcast I've never played, but I've always wanted to play. I've always wanted to play the Dreamcast. It's just that for some for some reason I've never ever had the inclination to like buy one because I'm like they're expensive and at least where I want to go and buy them they're expensive as shit. You can probably find a lot somewhere for like $50 for like or $100 for like that and like a million games with like 2 or 4 controllers or whatever, but and VMUs and everything. But I don't really care for it. It's one system I'm just like nah. I'd buy a Sega Master System before I buy a Dreamcast though. Or I'd buy a Nomad because Nomads are cool. Nomads are actually really cool because basically what a Nomad is a portable Sega Genesis. So it's really fun. It's really like if you like Sega Genesis, the Nomad's great. Or Game Gear. Game Gear is good too. Game Gear gets a bad rap in the handheld wars, which was Game Gear, Lynx, Atari Lynx, and um Game Boy. Game Boy was great because it was Nintendo, and everyone was like, "Yeah, Nintendo, great. Nintendo was amazing. Nintendo's awesome." But then you had the people going, "Yeah, but Game Gear is just better. Game Gear is just objectively better." It's like, yeah, it's objectively better, but the eats battery life and has like no games I want to play. It's like, okay. And then Lynx comes around and goes, "Hey guys, hey guys, yeah, remember me? I still exist." You're just like, "Shut up. Nobody cares about you. Go home." Or like he's just a kid who's like, "Yeah, stay away." Like he's just holding you back, like. You know, you're trying to get in a fight. You're like, "Hey, I can fight you," and then he's like, "No, stay away." Anyway, it was sort of like how now there's there was the wars between like Xbox One, PS4, and Wii U back in the day, and it was like Xbox One and PS4, Xbox One, PS4, Xbox One, PS4, and then you'd just be like, it would be like, "You guys, I still exist. Remember me?" And they're like, "You're in a whole other category on your own. There's nobody to fight with because you are like the kids' console. I'm like, they're not exactly the kids' console, but they are the way more cartoon esque. You know what I'm saying? So in retrospect, yes, okay, sure, fine, whatever. Like it's a whole different ball game. It is. It really, really is. It is. It is. It is. Like it is. It is. It's a whole different ball game. You're not gonna ever say, well, Splatoon, man, Splatoon, like Splatoon, man. Hey, hey, Splatoon. No, 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 Splatoon, man. And you're Grand Theft Auto. You're like, oh, whatever it may be, right? Right? Uh, 6. Okay. Now let's change it to. I can cancel that and let's change it again. So, yes. So yeah, nobody's ever gonna make that argument. They're not gonna. You're never gonna make that argument. No. Like so, nobody's ever gonna make that argument. Nobody. Nobody's ever gonna make that argument. They're gonna go, really, really, like one of those, really, really. You're gonna try and make that argument. It's like, what? No, I can't make that argument. It's like, no, because it doesn't work. You know, it's the kids' console. Not that it's a bad thing. Not that it's a bad thing. But it's a kids' console. It is a kids' console. It's the kids' console. So, I mean, hey, do I care? Not really. It works. It works to an extent. I don't really care. So, hey, do I care? No. So, because I was like, I want a Wii U. I want a Wii U. I want a Wii U. Because what I was gonna do is I was gonna buy because since I didn't play GameCube games natively, you do like you do very simple mod and it was done. You play GameCube games because it's a Wii, so technically it does the whole thing where like it has Wii games or it's a Wii U, but it plays Wii games. So since it plays Wii games, since the Wii already played, it virtually was a Wii. So if you played Wii games, it played GameCube games. It just um had a software lock where it wouldn't let you play GameCube games. So in retrospect, all you had to do was say, no, we are going to mod it and say, yeah, read this game. Just like read this disc. And they're like, oh yeah, I forgot. I can read that. Right. And then they read it. They're great. They read it and it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. I'm not oh. Oh. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying why did you have to software lock it? And I love how they software locked it, right? Or at least that's what as far as I know. And they didn't even go and make it like subtle. They just blatantly were like, yeah, you can use the GameCube controllers on one game, not Melee. Smash 4. And everyone was like, but I can't play Melee natively? You're like, nope. Yeah, thanks. I just sold my Wii and my GameCube. I sold my GameCube to buy my Wii. I sold my Wii to buy my Wii U. Now I can't play. What's it called? It's like, no, you cannot. It's like, go frig yourself, twats. But anyway, I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. Movies coming out. There's a Joker movie coming out. I don't know much about like I don't know like a lot of the DC. Yeah. So I was talking about whatever. I don't remember what I was talking about, but what was I saying? Yeah. So oh, it was like a week ago or something, or 2 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I don't remember exactly. Jim Cass turned 30, I think. I believe he turned 30 years old. I'm not 100%, or 50, 20 years old, something like that. 20 or 30? I think it's 20. Let me be back. Dreamcast turns 20, I think. Let's go see. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20 years. How old is the Dreamcast? Facebook, Google. It is how old? Dreamcast. Dreamcast is 20 years old, I think. Yeah, 20 years old, I believe. Anyway, 20 years old, I believe. So, 20 years old. I never played the Dreamcast at all. That was at the point of my life. It was about 2001. I was like 2, so I didn't play video games. But like when I got to knowing what the Dreamcast was, I was like, I don't care. To be brutally honest with you, I don't care. I was just like, this is stupid. I don't care. Whatever. Now I'm like, ooh, it actually had some solid games. Not that they were great, but they were solid. They were just solid. They had like Sonic Adventures and NFL 2K8 and like what else was there? They had Taxi with Crazy Taxi and like that weird roller skating game. Oh, it was great. It was fantastic. I never played it. I didn't care. I was like, you know, I just never did. So that was not my thing. But it was okay. It was just wasn't my thing. Not at all. Thing at all. Not that it was bad, but it wasn't my thing. No, not at all. So at that point, I was just like, I don't care for this stuff. Because I was past that. I was at like we right at that point. So I was like, I don't care. But I was only at that like point because I didn't really go back in video games. I just kind of played whatever video games were handed to me. If I got because I got a lot of things handed to me by relatives and friends and people I knew. So therefore, I didn't pay for my NES. I didn't pay for my Super Nintendo. I didn't pay for my Nintendo 64. I got them from my cousins and my friends and people. I I knew. So he was like, oh, okay. It was fine. They were great, but they weren't awesome. Like they weren't. I don't know. Something about them. Something about the fact that I got them for free makes me feel like I could have paid for them. And I would have got like appreciated them more because like, oh, I got them for free, so whatever. But I paid for almost every game I ever bought for them. So for any of those three, almost. They gave me like 5, 10, but I paid for like 10 other ones maybe for each system. So for me, it was yes, I did pay for games. So like the games, yes, but the systems, no. But anyway, I don't care. Okay, this is how it went. I got a Super Nintendo. I got a Nintendo 64 from my cousins. I got a uh, NES and then a Super Nintendo. No, yeah, maybe. I think I might have gotten a Super Nintendo before NES, but anyway, yeah. So I mean, hey, it was fine. I don't know. And then Sega, I never play. I never even owned a Sega anything. I played. Like I've said before, first game I ever played was Sonic 2 on Sega Genesis. But well, the first game I could remember playing. I know for a fact I played computer games before that, but I can't remember any of the computer games. I'm just like, nope, I don't remember. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't remember. No, which is fine. My earliest memories are me playing like Sonic. Well, the earliest memories aren't that, but there are some video game memories I can remember, like playing Sonic and like my dentist office, Sonic 2. But I mean, look, I don't remember any. Like, I didn't do arcades as a kid. I was way before my time. Way arcades were before my time. Like, I mean, I had arcades. Sure, I went to arcades, but I never did like, oh, I'm gonna go play arcades. Like, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, yeah. Like, no, I never did. But I didn't know of them. So when I got to like playing them, I was just like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay. Like they were cool and all. I've played Pac-Man. I've played Space Invaders. I've played what else have I played? Centipede. I've played probably Millipede too, but I played um okay. I just saw somebody drive up to the house, knock on the door as if he doesn't know these people at all, and just walk in and go, no. I mean, okay, well then. Anyway, I've played like some of the good stuff. I played some good stuff. But I mean, I've played the classics, obviously. But I've also played some of the not so classics. So like the shooting gallery kind of games where they're like, oh yeah, which is fine. I don't know. I mean, arcades are great. You want to make lots of business? Run a pinball slash arcade. They'll come. You build them, they will come. They will come. They will come. They will come. They love it. These millennials love it. Which is fine. I don't know. Okay, it's fine. So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's good. It's good. I mean, It's because the arcade games that we have now suck. They're just like on rail shooters of everything else, or like House of the Dead type of stuff, and you're like, I don't care though. That's the thing. I really don't care. I mean, they're fine. They're 100% fine. They're just not great. They're not like, oh yes, yes, you must play these games. These are must play. They're great. No, they're not. They're okay. They're fine. They work, but they're not. Did he leave? Oh, okay. So the guy just left. I think he just left anyway, or unless there was a second person. Oh, okay. So, yes. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So, at least for me, games today just arcade games today suck. It's not just because they're all like cookie cutter. Like it's like this one cookie cutter thing where it's basically an on-rail shooter where you switch it from I don't know dinosaurs to robots to space to whatever aliens, whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's a Star Trek version, there was a zombie version, there was a animal version for hunting stuff. There was a Transformers version. There was a Jurassic Park version. There was a Star Trek version. It's like, so I mean, to me, it's very I don't care. That's not my thing. I don't care. I really don't care. But it's not that bad. It's just they're very cookie cutter. So you play them and you're just like, why am I playing this? This is exactly the same thing as the last one I played. Yet in retrospect, they're not. They're slightly different, but they're so slightly different that you're just like, I don't want to play the same thing again. It just feels like the same thing, which is fine. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, Dreamcast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I was listening to Strike Back podcast, and they were going to do Laserdisc, right, for obsolete media, and then they didn't do it because they didn't have time. But now I feel like doing it. I'm just gonna do it just for SSGs. But Laserdisc. Okay. If you don't know Laserdisc, picture a CD or a DVD. Picture a DVD. Okay. You probably all know what DVDs are. If you don't know what DVDs are, that's just sad. Or Blu-rays, right? So it's like they're about that big, right? Picture a vinyl record. If you know what that is, vinyl records are just they're like massive CDs. They're like CDs, but they're this big and they're analog. So a needle spins around grooves. I'm not gonna go into the technical details on this stuff. They're big. They're about that big. They're black usually. Sometimes they're other colors, but they're black. Okay, and then picture a CD the size of a vinyl record. That's exactly like a DVD the size of a vinyl record. That's exactly what a laser disc is. It's this big. It's about that big. So circumference 10 inch, 12 inch, something like that. And they're technically still analog, which is weird to like explain to someone because you're like, so it's not a DVD. And you're like, no. So it's more like a VHS, and you're like, yes. Oh, okay. Like, if you know what a VHS is, that thing right there plays VHS right there. That right there. That TV plays VHS tapes, and there are VHS tapes on that shelf if you can see them. Probably not. But anyway, yeah, VHS. It's analog like VHS, but the size of a record. So like that big, like 10, 12 inches, something like that. They're big. They're big. But they were superior by far. They were like um Beta. If you know what Beta Max tapes are, they're Sony's like answer to the VHS to Philips, maybe VHS tape, JVC. I don't remember who did them anyway. But yes, so basically it was like that. How the war kind of did like this, where it was like, which I mean, I don't really care. I'm like whatever, but I like Laserdisc because at the time of when they decide, like when when Laserdisc died, it literally had every movie ever made on Laserdisc. Where I'm just like, oh, okay, that works, I guess. I guess, which is fine. I don't really care. I so it's like if you want to pick up any old movie ever, like I'm not even kidding, like ever, you pick up like a laser disc of it, obviously. Laser disc players aren't exactly cheap because the Pioneer, like the high end, the Pioneer ones are like $1,000. People still think they can get like $1,000 for them. It's like, what? Why? That's what they came out new. Like, are you stupid? Like, why? But I mean, because they're collectible. You go for a cheaper version, model, and you can get one for like mm, between like I don't know, 100 and 800 probably, somewhere in that range. So like more like for 350, 400, 500, somewhere like that. 350, 450, 500, something like that. So which is fine. It works, but I wouldn't really recommend it unless you really want to like go all out. Buy a lot of laser discs, because laser discs are cheap too. The discs themselves aren't exactly expensive, but they're like since they're analog, you don't get that stupid skip of any tiny, 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 tiny little anything, and you could never have opened a DVD in your life. Open the DVD, doesn't run, scratch. But I never played this DVD ever. Anyway, but yeah, because your machine probably has dirt in it or whatever. But yeah, um, yeah. They made a few video games on Laserdisc. They made Firefox, is that what they called it on Laserdisc? They made one other one on Laserdisc. They made Dragon's Lair, Dragon's Lair 2, and Space Ace. I want to get a Dragon's Lair cabinet. Dragon's Lair cabinet looks fantastic. Because if you know Don Bluth, right, and you know, I think it's Secret of Nim, and I think it's called Secret of Nim, and um, Land Before Time. You know, you'll know what the animation style of what's it called is animation style of Dragon's Lair is. Oh my god, it looks so good. Like I want to still have one of those things, man. It's so cool. Anyway, so you play it and you're just like, oh my god, it's so good. But the thing with that though is it's a weird game because it's not a game. It's a what do you call it? Time. What do you call those things? They're like button time, quick time event. There you go. Quick time event games where you basically just like you watch it and you go, okay, left, right, up, down, left, A, B. I think there's two buttons or one button, like a sword button, and then left, right, up, down, left, right. And so it was very, 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 very weird in terms of what, what, what. Cause like, and also it was expensive. It was 50 cents compared to 25 cents. So you could either play 2 games on $1 or 4 games on $1. And so a lot of people were just like, I don't want to spend or 2 games or sorry 3 games. You could play like two one on one on 50 cents and two on 25. Anyway, but at least in my opinion, if my mom gave me $1, I'd probably be like, oh, she would be like, no, you're not playing 2 games, you're playing 4. Okay, fine, whatever. But it's the older kids like learned it really quickly and then just like schooled every other kid ever in it. Be like, nope, I'm here for ever. Like, fine. You know what? Fine. Go yourself. Not that it's bad, but it's just I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So Dragon Slayer is a great game. I like Dragon Slayer. I want to buy a cabinet for because what you can do is Dragon Slayer. You can have Dragon Slayer. You can have what's called a because the princess name is Daphne, so you can have a Daphne kit, which is a replacing your um laserdisc player, and you can put a monitor on top so you can watch people while you're playing. Oh, yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool. Which you can also put Space Ace in it and Dragon Lair too with a mod. Oh, it's so cool. That's the one I want. If I get a arcade cabinet, that's the one I want. That's the one. Or get a Miss Pac-Man, make it a MAME cabinet. Make it a MAME cabinet because everybody does that. Everyone just has a Miss Pac-Man and just converts it into a MAME cabinet, which is which is fine. I don't care. I don't care when you destroy a MAME cabinet just to, or destroy a cabinet just to make MAME. I don't care. I don't give a crap. But a lot of people do make a fuss over it. They're like, don't destroy don't destroy my MAME, my arcade cabinet. No, 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 don't destroy my title. No, no. It's like, shut up. It's a Miss Pac-Man. It's not like they're destroying a game where they made like 3 or like let's say 100,000 of them or 5,000 of them or 10,000 of them. No, they made like millions of them. So shut up. See, that's my thing. I would probably custom build a cabinet if I was gonna make a MAME cabinet. Probably just because and learn and get like a 2000 and like 7.5 maybe PC running like Windows XP and just like load a bunch of like what's it called on them? What's it called on them? Load a bunch of just meme on them, load a bunch of ROMs on them. She's like, yeah, I have a and that's all it's running. So it's not like it's doing anything in the background, going, oh, I need to run this and that. No, no, no. So Yeah, I mean, I never had memories about the arcade. Never. No. I remember always going to the arcade, like, cause my movie theaters all had arcades, cause they knew we can get a buttload of money off of these kids just trying to get like go to the arcade. A lot of it was racing games, Cruising USA, um, Ridge Racer, whatever those games are, like the really bad like motorcycle games where you're just like, what is this? This is horrible. And in retrospect, it was horrible, but I played them, so you suckered me into it, right? I'd always look for the free play because some kid would always leave some stupid play there, and I'd be like, "Kid, you're stupid," you know? Keep it. But anyway, not that it's bad, but I don't know. It's not great. Those games are great. They're not bad, but they're not great. They're not something you're gonna remember in 10 years and go, "Oh, I need to play that one like weird motorcycle racing game." But hey, what do you want, you know? So I mean, that's kind of just what I do. So I think that's gonna be it, guys, for now. So if you want to ask a question, contact me. You go to tacoimposters@gmail.com. That's my email address. I don't have any other way of contacting me. I thought of making a um Instagram, but then I realized I'm like, I have way too many Instagrams. I get lost into the abyss because of one reason. The stupid because what happens with me is it gets like I'll make up one with the same either email or phone number, and then it'll get lost in the abyss, and I'll be like, you freaking twiddlerats, what the heck? And then you'll be like, hey, can I recover it? And they're like, you mean this one? And I'll be like, no. Oh, so you mean this one? No. Oh, so you mean this one? And you're like, no. And it'd be like two or three that I'll be like, no, none of these are the right one. Give me this one here. And I'll put it in. And they'll be like, that doesn't really exist, connected to that email. I'm like, oh, God, no, forget it. So I'm just thinking keeping the email address. Ask me a question on on tacoimposters@gmail.com. Tacoimposters@gmail.com. So that's it for now, guys. So adios, amigos. Adios, mi amigos.